Hi, I'm David Griffiths. I am All for Unity's lead candidate in the West Scotland region and additionally party's constitution spokesperson. The purpose of today's projection is to clear up a misunderstanding. There is wide knowledge that the both votes one party tactic doesn't work. We all know that, and the reason it doesn't work is because of the rules of the Scottish election, wherein you cannot have both votes going in their entirety to the same party. That's to stop a situation where one party wins all of the constituency seats and additionally wins all the list seats. So some people have tried to get around this by saying, I know what we'll do. We'll vote Labour in the constituency and we'll vote Conservative in the list. Now that doesn't work either, unfortunately, in the event that both parties win at least one constituency seat in that region, and I'll demonstrate why. So, for the benefit of those of you who haven't seen one of these before, what we do here is we list the total of votes won in the regional list by each party, and this is in the 2016 West Scotland region. So what we then factor in is the number of constituency seats won in that region by each party. You divide the number of list votes by the number of constituency seats and you get a net adjusted total per party. So straight away you can see Labour has won the first one, but both Labour and the Conservatives and the SNP for that matter have had their totals adjusted quite drastically. Now, the very simple calculation for Labour and Conservative in West Scotland was how many votes did they get? Blah, there. How many constituency seats did they win? There. Add one, because you always add one, and you get the adjusted total. And the problem is this total falls every time they are awarded a list seat. So as you can see, the Conservatives and Labour have got the largest net totals. SNP because they get hammered because of the sheer number of constituency seats they've won, and on it goes in the region. So you get Labour, Conservative, Labour, Conservative, Labour again, Conservative again in the 6th round. Unfortunately, in the 7th round, the Greens come in. And this is the problem with this. These votes are tallied up on the basis of total numbers. It doesn't matter whether somebody's voted Labour first, Labour second, or Conservative first, Labour second, or Labour first, Conservative second. The total votes is all that counts. And if you're going to give your vote, your list vote, to a party which has got a good chance of winning a constituency seat in that region, then it's not going to count in full. Now, let me demonstrate this by showing what happens when All for Unity enters the calculations. So you can see on this, the total number of votes cast is the same as previously. All we've changed is we've factored in Alba here, and we've factored in All for Unity here, and we've taken 10% of the total of SNP list votes plus the total of 10% of the total of Green list votes and given them to Alba. And we've taken 10% of the Labour, Conservative, Lib Dem and UKIP totals and given them to All for Unity. So there you get the adjusted total. That's just with 10%. Same number of votes, just 10% has been diverted. And what happens? Again, Labour wins the first round because it's got the highest net total. The Conservative wins the second, Labour the third, Conservative the fourth, all very familiar, I know. Labour the fifth, but what happens in the 6th round? All for Unity wins it. Now, this is where you'll see people saying, no, that can't be right because all you're doing is taking a seat from the Conservatives. Really? No, in the 7th round, Conservatives win also. So the difference between this calculation and the previous calculation is by diverting list votes to All for Unity, a pro-UK list-only party, you give them a seat. And crucially, you take it from the Greens, because you look at the total here, you've now got 7 list seats given to pro-UK parties to go with the 2 constituency seats won by pro-UK parties. So the balance has gone from 9 for 8 against to 8 for 9 against to 9 for 8 against. That means we have taken 1 net seat, which completely gives the lie to all these scare stories about All for Unity helping the SNP or helping the Greens. It's not the case at all. With the same number of unionist votes, pro-UK votes, just with a small switch to All for Unity, a list-only party which cannot therefore have its vote diluted by the number of constituency seats it's won because it's not contesting any constituency seats, we take the seat away from the Greens. And in West Scotland, that means that Ross Greer, the man who thinks Winston Churchill is a white supremacist mass murderer, loses his seat. And he loses his seat to All for Unity's lead candidate in the West Scotland region, which is me. So if you think that's a viable and a desirable outcome on May the 6th, then please give your vote to All for Unity, because that's how it happens. And please don't fall for the I'm going to vote both votes Tory, or I'm going to go Labour Tory or Tory Labour. Doesn't work, really doesn't work. If it did work, we would encourage it, but it doesn't. Hopefully this has made sense. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back with more projections very soon.